It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. As always, we want to remind you, of course, that the Shop Report is being powered by the fine folks over at Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit, or you can hop on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. And make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you. I want to apologize for the people who had tuned in at 7:30. We were having some difficulties, and as is the case with some of these streaming platforms, you do the best that you can when you can and while you can, but we are here now. We thank you for your patience. Joining me on the P program today is none other than my cat from the NYC. AKA Rucker Park. Brother Rich, what's happening? You're not going to say nothing this time, Brother Rich? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm always honored. And here's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the cowboy introduction. I thought you told us you were going to introduce us by our cowboy names, that you were going to tell us something about Calvin Johnson and this one and that one. So we're waiting for the cowboy introduction. So, pardon me, I'm having a little technical difficulty, as the listeners can see or hear. I'm not able to be with us. I'm the one having some technical difficulties today. So pardon me for my thing. But we were waiting for the cowboy introduction, and the understanding that the Cowboys they're the best franchise ever to exist.
I doubt it. If you're having technical difficulties, as I wanted to let folks out there know, of course you can hear Brother Rich, but you can't see him because his camera is going through a few things there. But that's Dallas for you. That's where you're at right now. You got to be, because the Wi-Fi down there is terrible.
Oh, you would know, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not know. And on the other side of the ledger, we got my man from up north. That's 1R, 1F, Joey James, a.k.a. Double J. Say. You thought I was going to do that again? Absolutely not. No.
Well, here's the thing. Up north now meets down south, as you can see here.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Both sides.
Here we go.
Reporting live from West Palm Beach in sunny Florida.
Okay. I thought you didn't like the Miami Hurricanes.
Well.
Oh, but you're down there hanging out with them. Tell my man Michael Irvin, I said, what's up? Tell him the BSJ said, what's up? What's up? All right, fellas. Our first item up for bid, of course, is none other than the NFL Hall of Fame Class of 2021. Here are the list of inductees that were inducted over the past, weekend? Or weekend before? Weekend past last? I have no idea. John Lynch. Yes, Alan Faneca, Tom Flores, and I'll ask this question again, even though we were having the technical difficulties. Why no Cliff Branch? Why is Cliff Branch not in the NFL Hall of Fame? Is the grudge that the NFL has with Al Davis and the Raiders? And this dates back to when? 1980, or 1888? I'm not sure. Is the grudge that they still have ongoing and such that this is why Cliff Branch is not in the Hall of Fame, Brother Rich?
Facts. And let's deal with it again. The NFL continues to prove itself an outdated format in terms of who and what it puts in its Hall of Fame and what is the criteria. We saw this with Terrell Owens. We've seen it year in and year out. Check the tape, listeners. We've discussed this on this program.
The tape.
After year after year, that there's always someone, and you wonder, this was a specious vote. Why did they choose to leave this individual off for this particular year? And in the case of Terrell Owens, there were people as flagrant. There were announcers and reporters, so mass media individuals as flagrant to say that they purposely voted against him to be a first ballot Hall of Famer because they felt he was not nice to the media during his time as a football player. They used this as a criteria to keep somebody out the Hall of Fame. So if you ask us, and the question before us is whether the NFL would punish you for your position as it relates to battling the NFL for your rights, absolutely they would do that. Yes, they would.
I'll give you the button on that. Nah, that's pretty good. You sold yourself well on that one, Brother Rich. Very well. I appreciate it. No more rented mule jokes for a week. Double J.
Hey, that is quite the compliment.
Yes, it is. Up. Don't get
Can't
the button
believe-
now. Slow down. Don't get the button now. I'm quick with it, baby. Why is Cliff Branch not in the Hall of Fame? Still.
Well, it's insulting at this point. As you guys both highlighted, that this is a deeply rooted and unfair ultimately to him for two reasons. First, as identified, this is an Al Davis versus the NFL thing. Additionally, then you have Cliff Branch versus the veteran media. Here's the thing: when you look at what he was capable of doing, he was getting multiple 1,000-yard seasons, which doesn't sound like much for these kids that are very analytical today.
Mm-hmm.
However, just for context, I'm sure both of you still remember at that point in time, they didn't have that 5-yard rule when it came to hand checking. They could bust you up still 10, 15, 20 yards down the field.
Yeah,
so
true
to
that.
be able to free yourself up and have that type of production, I believe that would reset a lot of the offensive explosion of today that we see today. And simply from just that rule alone being reinstated, I think it would have an enormous impact on the game. So it's not a fair comparison, and they want to try to use the actual production. Again, like I said, data can be manipulated, and unfortunately, this is the case of that.
Yeah, and I asked that because Tom Flores is the one that got in. That's what prompted the question. Why not hold it against Tom Flores? I mean, Tom Flores was a good guy, according to NFL execs and standards and so on and so forth.
Race got Tom Flores in. Race.
Oh, okay, got you.
That, yeah.
Okay, got you. And we continue on with our list. Calvin Johnson, absolutely, he'll get a button. And a salute to my man Calvin Johnson. Yeah, and I'm asking the question. You darn right I'm asking the question. Who made whom? Inquiring minds want to know. Calvin Johnson made Matt Stafford, or Matt Stafford made Calvin Johnson? Double J.
Made him what, a sandwich?
Oh, please, absolutely not. Cut it out. Cut it out. Brother Rich, is that you laughing? I hear you laughing in the background.
Fact.
Oh, facts. Facts. Yeah. No, I mean, listen. See, this is the thing. Let me mention this right quick. There was a lady that walked up on me and she said, "I like the show that you all do and whatnot." She said that Double J and Brother Rich, she said they got, nice things in the background, but you just have a wall. Keep it moving, Granny. All right, nobody.
That's terrible. Whoa,
I'm just saying.
We do not support that message. And
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I love all grandmas, but that one right there, she almost caught a teeth clicker. Hold up, back up off me now. Back up off me. I'm just saying. Okay, she said you just have a wall. Okay, don't worry about what I got over here, Grandma. Calvin Johnson. We all know he was the prolific receiver that he is and that he was or whatnot. Okay. But here on this program, check the tape, run through the tape, and don't put no tape on it or don't put too much tape on it. My two co-hosts have been staunch in their NFL Hall of Fame voter approach to not liking Matt Stafford. Can you believe it?
That's not true at all.
Yes.
That's not true at all.
Yes.
You've elevated this guy so unjustly.
Now, these are the facts. Now, listeners,
please.
you're hearing facts. What you heard a little while ago, for the young people who might be interested in spelling bee, to maybe listening to the program, go look up the word hyperbole. That's what you heard this young man just speak just now. Keep going.
All right. So in other words, what you saying is you mentioned in the funnel cake theory.
Yeah.
I'm putting powdered sugar on a pile of dog stuff, and I'm trying to convince y'all it's a funnel cake. Is that what I'm doing here? Absolutely not.
Fact.
No, absolutely. That's not a fact. Listen here. Calvin Johnson was Calvin Johnson. He is in a class by himself. Absolutely he is. But Matt Stafford, I mean, what are we saying here? Matt Stafford was a bum? Is that what we're saying here?
No, we're not saying he's a bum, but at the same time, to give the credit to Matt Stafford when it is to take away the fact that Calvin Johnson was double teamed for the overwhelming majority of his career. Again,
whoa. You saying so? If wait. Are you suggesting that if I'm lighting Calvin Johnson's candle, I'm somehow putting Matt Stafford's out?
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely not. You sound like Brother Rich right now in the Rent a Mule Association.
Well, you could be if you look at it from this point of view. Let me ask you a question.
Oh, hold on. I could be biased.
Yes.
What could I be? Oh, please.
Here's the question. Let me ask you a question. Did Calvin Johnson retire because he had given all that he had given and realized this was useless? Or did Matt Stafford retire because he had given all? Has Matt Stafford, there was no more that Calvin Johnson could do. Has Matt Stafford led anybody, said any kind of thing where you say, oh, wow, other than put up numbers, which you can do in with a team like the Lions at that time, with the kind of receiver like that? Who did he go anywhere? Has he led anybody else? Has he now
stop
taken
it!
Don't
do.
Oh, he went somewhere. Okay. He went to SoFi Stadium.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's
see what he does. But again, let's see what he does.
Out there in sunny side of California, and the A
let's
stands
see
for
what he does.
Not.
Has he led anybody? Let's see what he does.
So wait a minute. Every quarterback now, if it's a numbers game. Now every quarterback that had numbers had to have led somebody to somewhere, maybe, I don't know, to the bathroom.
What are the numbers adding up to if you did if you're not?
Oh, that's a slight.
It is.
No, it's
no. What do we play for? Are these people who are racking up these kind of numbers? Are they racking? If Kareem is the leading all-time scorer and he never won anything, what will we say? Well, if LeBron wins the scoring championship and he never won a ring, what would we say about him? If Kobe had done that and never won a ring,
I'm glad you mentioned him. I'm glad you mentioned Kobe.
Because don't you dare try to say this is the Shaq Kobe thing.
No, I'm not saying.
No.
No, I'm not even about to suggest that. Come on now, I'm easy, but I ain't crazy. What I'm getting ready to say is Kobe himself said when Vanessa asked him, why do you play through the pain and this and that? He said, because this might be the one time that kid come to see me, because you get a chance to see me. So in other words, Matt Stafford plays for the fans. Absolutely, he does.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he does. He plays for the fans. And Brother Rich, I know you ain't talking out there in SoFi Stadium with your sandals on.
And Trick loves the kids. Come on.
Absolutely. Oh my, we're using the kind of language on the P program today. Okay. Sorry, Ma. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with Double J, but we're going to salute him right now. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, let me continue on with my list. Peyton Manning, as I mentioned or alluded to a little while ago when I thought we were recording and we weren't. Oops, sorry. Somebody put a Facebook post up of his Hall of Fame bus, and it had to be about this long, if you all can see my hands. It had to be about this long. And I had to make the comment. I said, man, they got that boy out here looking like the back pylon. Yes, I'll give myself a button for that. Thank you very much. I try. I do. Yeah. Peyton Manning is in. I'm glad he is, even though he took all them L's to Tom Brady. Excuse me. In them playoff games prior to, finally winning the Super Bowl after his 40th year. Bill Nunn. What the interesting story about Bill Nunn is African-American. Here, he was hired by Art Rooney. And again, I mentioned the book called The League that I'm reading talks about Art Rooney, the beginnings of the NFL. And the NFL almost was not an NFL that we know it to be today. It really was. It was on its deathbed once upon a time. But guys like Giants owner Mara, I think Wellington is his first name, George Halas. Yeah, Halas and those guys or whatever. Kudos to them because they fought tooth and nail, and now, of course, the NFL is what it is today. So you all should read that book or, maybe, I don't know, go to Wikipedia or whatnot. You look up the story behind Art Rooney, and there's some contrary stuff in there as well. But Bill Nunn, hired by Art Rooney, was the first black scout and front office executive in the NFL. He's the one NFL executive who would visit HBCUs when no other franchise would or even dared to. So shout out to my man Bill Nunn. Yeah, when all the other inductees, the players or what, get in, the conversation is of course about them after the fact, and I just wanted to shed some light on my man Bill Nunn. And then we have Drew Pearson. That's right. Get out of here. Yeah. We got Drew Pearson,
It's blatant at this point.
No, it's not. What are you saying? I'm going through the list. I got my notes here. I'm going through the list of Hall of Fame inductees. What do you want me to tell? What do you want me to leave him out? Okay, then. I can't leave him out. And then last but not least, we got my man Charles Woodson. That's right. Shout out to Charles Woodson.
Here we go.
The end all, everything, all be all type of player. And I asked this question of both of you all. Can a legit case be made for him of course being Charles, better than Deion? Brother Rick?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think
better,
you just say that.
No.
You got signed, you got autographed shoes by Deion or something?
No.
What is it? You got something against Charles Woodson?
Not. No,
Why?
absolutely not. I asked you to consider in our earlier conversation, consider the marketability that he lived up to, the hype that Deion Sanders lived up to. In the modern era, he was one of the first athletes. Here's a man who got off a baseball field in Atlanta and took a helicopter flew to a game and performed admirably on both professional levels at the same time. Of course, he was not the most prolific tackler. Of course, he may not have been that on that level as that young man who was able to dedicate all of his time to that. We are not knocking him. He's certainly Hall of Fame worthy, but he's not Hall of Fame worthy on the degree and on the level that we find ourselves admiring the talent that is, a superstar talent that was and is Deion Sanders. The man lived up to the hype. He was a modern day in his ability to hype himself. He was a modern day Muhammad Ali. He lived up to everything he said he was going to do. He did that.
Right.
Okay, so then and I don't take nothing away from that. Everything you said is truth. But let's go to the other side of the coin here. I'm going all the way back to college at Michigan. When was the last player before Charles Woodson to win the Heisman as a defensive player?
Desmond Howard. Well, all right.
I said as a defensive player. See, look at you. Look at you. You saw on your mark, get set, go. You Usain Bolt right there. Yeah, false start and flag on the play. Yeah, all that good.
Believe it or not, you just made my point. You're making our point.
Well, how I'm making your point. What I'm saying is
how you're making our point.
Did not Charles Woodson live up to that hype?
No, that's exactly the point, Jay.
He didn't?
You're making the point by telling us yes. But if he won that, you're not telling us Deion didn't win that because people did not think Deion Sanders would live up to the hype. They thought he was a loud
I don't know who thought that. I don't know who thought that. Miami Hurricane fan.
They thought he was a gimmick.
Yes, they thought he was a gimmick.
No.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Okay, but hold on. See, now we gotta ask ourselves, who are those who thought that or who thunk it?
NFL executives.
Okay, well then,
the same guy that in the draft process, he told people, "I'm not going to be here at that pick. I'm not."
Yeah, I know, but here's the deal, though. Here's what I'm saying: we have to consider the source. Because some of them same type of executives said what they said about Steph Curry. Did you ever see the scouting report on Steph Curry before he came out? Yeah, so those people are now they're no longer employed by anybody. Some of those people probably tried to go get a job at Subway and got fired before they got hired. Nobody's paying attention to those people. Yeah, they put people in place in those positions and those when it comes to entities or whatever the case may be, they put them in there just to say stuff. Come on, man. How many times have we listened to Mel Kiper, his pre-draft, mock draft? How many mock drafts can you have? 115? What are you going to say about the guy in the fourth week that you didn't say about him in the first week? What changed? Man, nobody paying no attention to those people. I'm saying to you, based off what we know. Deion, listen, I'm a Hurricane fan. I've been a Miami Hurricane football fan, to be exact, since 1981. Yes, I'm 175 years old. Watch your mouth. I remember and recall, and shout out to Bobby Bowden, who just recently passed. All prayers up for him or whatnot. Good guy. I couldn't stand Florida State and him at the time, but I did always have a fond respect for him because I'm always in favor of authenticity and originality, and he was one of those people. But I remember the battles between Miami and Florida State. Missed field goal here. There was some battles, and Deion Sanders hurt us a couple of times. You want to talk about? Everybody's so enamored. Little sidebar, right quick, with what a player's 40 time is. Can you imagine watching the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida State Seminoles in the late 80s, early 90s even.
Yeah.
And the speed that was on the field on both sides, the speed alone. Derek Brooks, Florida State, was a part of them. You know, man, come on, man. So I understand the battles, man, all day. I do not take nothing from Deion, but I seen Darryl Green walk dudes down. Let me throw this at you right quick, Brother Rich, since you arguing affirmative for Deion Sanders, and I'm not arguing the negative, but I'm just pointing it out. Did you ever see Deion Sanders? And he was fast. No question, he was fast. Did you ever see him walk down Eric Dickerson after Eric Dickerson had broke into the clear? Oh, no.
Come on.
I'm just asking.
No. We're not going to slander him.
I'm not slandering it. Sticks and stones.
But we're talking about Eric Dickerson here. Who are we talking about?
Right.
We're talking about Eric
Whoa,
Dickerson.
whoa.
Superman couldn't catch the Flash, and now he's...
Eric
but guess
Dickerson
what?
had world-class speed.
And
he
I
could have
saw
been a world-class sprinter.
And I saw Darryl Green walking down.
Darryl Green also has world-class speed.
Absolutely.
And could have been a world-class
And Deion Sanders did too.
Oh,
Deion Sanders had world-class speed.
Deion Sanders was... Look, you got to remember, who else was in Charles Woodson's 97
Oh, stop it. So
Heisman class?
That's his fault?
The goofy guy from Washington State. Ryan Leaf. Seriously? Ryan Leaf was the Heisman favorite? Get out of here. Barry Sanders is who won that year, just for the record. Come on.
Listen.
Rodney Peete, I believe, was a part of that Heisman class.
Don't do that.
You're not going to do this here today. We will not tolerate it.
Don't do that. So what are you saying? Rodney Peete was... Oh, cut it out. Rodney Peete was what? Pat Hayden? Is that where you going?
He didn't win. I'm just saying, Oklahoma State, Barry Sanders did.
Absolutely not. I'm just saying, man. I'm just asking the question, man. That's all I'm here for, is to ask the questions. Was Charles Woodson, can a legit case, be made for Charles Woodson being better than Deion Sanders? And apparently, according to my two co-hosts, a resounding no.
How many rings? How many rings?
Oh, stop it. Don't do that.
We could do that.
Don't do that. Well, hey, listen.
Start there.
Listen, Charles Woodson got one ring, and so does Trent Dilfer. You know what I mean? Come on now.
That's
don't do
only
the
one.
ring.
Let me ask you a question.
Here we go.
How many franchises did Charles Woodson participate in where he changed the actual makeup and look
the
and
Green Bay Packers?
No, I didn't.
The Green Bay Packers.
Team.
One.
But he is
okay, Deion went to two teams.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
When he went to Atlanta, San Francisco,
what did he lead them to?
Cowboys. No.
He lead them
the headband.
The headband. Deion impacted culture. Deion impacted the ability and the marketability of the league itself. The first time we actually saw not somebody talk.
Speaking of Saul, can you see my face?
In two sports, talk like that and then go live up to it. Catch a touchdown and hit a home run in the same week. Come on, man.
I'm not knocking. That has no bearing on whether or not if Charles Woodson was I should have been more specific, was a better football all around, because Charles Woodson was a 5'2" player and so was Deion. That's my point. And you talk about headbands.
Yeah, and you know what?
Jim
I'm
McMahon's
glad you
better.
brought that up. Additionally, Deion was arguably one of the very first to create the island concept. He closed off half of the field.
Darryl Green. Darryl Green.
I
Absolutely.
mean, that's tomato. So,
Darryl Green. They said the same thing about Darryl Green. Yes, they did.
That's not Darryl Green, though. It's Charles.
Okay, we're talking about the island thing.
Woodson. Yeah.
We're talking about the island thing. The island thing, yes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, man, I like them both. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more C-Dub and not because he went to Michigan. All right. Our next item up
Your
for
boy
beer, of course.
Aikman and Steve Walsh were in that class, too. I'm surprised you went that you had that cold take.
Wow, really?
Deion.
Yeah.
But remember, he doesn't like Deion. He doesn't even consider
I didn't
Deion.
say
a
that.
cowboy.
I knew that. I knew
Deion
that.
didn't even put in enough time to be considered a cowboy among. Remember,
terrible.
in the first take of the show,
but hold on.
he lambasted Deion. He's not a cowboy. He wasn't even a
not.
cowboy.
I did not. Absolutely not. I did not.
You lose.
I did not. See how my words are misconstrued, inappropriate. That's a misappropriation of the verbiage that I use sometimes, based off what you just said right there. That's exactly what that is. I did not knock in any shape, form. Okay, I did not knock Deion. Don't do that. Stop it. And while you talking about somebody who changed the fortunes of a franchise, Charles Haley was the same guy that went along with Deion. Both of them stops in Dallas and San Francisco, and also had a lot to do with changing the fortunes of the franchise. Okay, then. Yes.
If I had that button, I would say you lose.
Okay.
You lose.
All righty. Our next item up for bid, of course, is our ongoing coverage of the NFL's divisional previews for the upcoming 2021 NFL season. The preseason has got underway, and shout out to the Browns. You know what I mean? You get a salute one more time, one more in, you understand?
And the bandwagon getting full, boy.
That's right. Oh, man.
Absolutely not. Listen, until you all can share with me a municipal stadium story, please, this is what you get. You all are new to being a Browns fans. You get what I'm saying? Boy. Okay? You all eat now-laters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We had to eat dirt cakes at the old dog pound, okay? All right? So I don't want to hear nothing about I'm a bandwagoner and all that kind of, and you all fine. You all don't want me to go to the parade? Fine. I don't want to be at the parade. I don't want to be amongst all 700,000. But I told you already. All the Browns got to do is get to the Super Bowl. They ain't even got to win it. Okay, and you'll see it's going to be a parade. I mean, if they celebrate 0-16 here, I'm sure they'll celebrate, almost, which of course only counts in hanging A's and horseshoes.
Finish him.
Well, absolutely.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Oh, stop it.
I used this in the first part of the show. I don't know if it was recorded, but you're like a man that was in love with an ugly woman, and then she went and got her teeth fixed, and then you realized she was pretty. And now you want her back. And the Browns, we don't want you, brother. We want.
Oh, wow.
The Browns got a new man.
Ain't that something? Ain't that special? But let me tell you something. For the sake of my grandfather, may he rest well, I want the Browns to do well. How about that? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anywho, in our ongoing coverage, I shut the room down, baby. I shut it down like Deion.
Oh, you want us to argue with your grandfather? God rest his beautiful soul. We're not going to argue with your grandfather.
Yes, we're not going to argue with the Gramps. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
And the first of our two divisions that we're covering today, unos, dos, yes. We start with the AFC East, which, of course, consists of the Buffalo Bills, circle the wagons, and the Miami Dolphins, of course, where Double J is at right now. And we see a little darkness in the background. It must get a little chilly there at night. The New England Patriots, and of course, last but not least, the New York, Brother Richard's favorite team, the New York Jets. So the first question, of course, for the AFC East, are the Bills now the hunted in the division? Double J?
Well, of course they are. They just signed Josh Allen to that extension, taking that a step further. They are really they were one of the few that are setting the tone when it comes to quarterback play and the versatility from that position itself, specifically when it comes to running the football. So it's theirs to lose at this point, but that is who everyone is circling on their calendar, that they have to be able to make some noise.
Fact.
Okay. Okay, so are you okay with the monies that were given to Josh Allen?
No, I think we know how I feel.
Yeah, Brother Rich, what say you? Are the Bills now the hunted in the AFC East or in the division? Are you there?
Can you hear me? Yeah,
I can hear you.
I think without a doubt, they've established themselves that they're there. They're to be counted on, that they will be there.
No. I wish Gully was here. Oh, absolutely not.
We tell the real on this program. We tell the real on this program. I'm keeping it real. I didn't say they're going nowhere.
I'm
ultimately going to tell us. I'm ultimately going to say the same thing I say about them every year. They are going to be who we think they are. They are not going anywhere at the end of the day.
But how can both be true? If you think that they're hunted in the division,
here's the thing,
but they ain't going
They're
nowhere.
going in reverse.
Exactly. That's it. They're
Stop
gonna
it.
be in contention. They're gonna fight. It's rough to go play in Buffalo. They're acclimated up there. You know, that's not a easy win to go get anymore.
Uh-huh.
And so yes, we understand that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the AFC, we know who's going to stand tall, and we don't need to go there right now. But we'll deal with that at another point.
Oh, okay, got you. Double J, what do you want to say? It sounded like you were getting ready to say something. Oh, that's what you want to say? Yeah. As you all can see, I don't run.
No.
Okay, I don't run from
They're
the
going
action. You know,
backwards.
okay, but my
That's where they're
co-hosts, you know what I
going.
mean, they over there, you know, I guess, what? It must be the Rented Mules Association Conference Week, you know what I'm saying, in Cleveland at the convention center. Shameless plug. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. Okay, after winning the division last season, is it Super Bowl or bust for the team that circles the wagons like no other? Double J.
Yeah, again, we just discussed that they paid Josh Allen all that money, which means it has to come from somewhere. Additionally, they're trying to get a new
come from
stadium
ticket sales
right
if they
now.
win the Super Bowl? Is it going to come from
Absolutely
ticket sales?
not. No, it's going to come
okay.
from taxpayers. The stadium's going to come from the taxpayers, as it always does. The problem is here. They traded for Stephon Diggs. This is the best this team was going to get, and that's why it is going to be yet again a slow, painful death of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, man, absolutely not. You know what? I'll give you this button just because we haven't used it today. And cut. Absolutely. Like Double J's last take. What exactly, Brother Rich, were the Dolphins thinking? I'm sorry, Double J, we stay with you and then we come to Brother Rich. What exactly were the Dolphins thinking trading down from number 3 to number 12 and then moving back up from number 12 to number 6?
Wheeling
Take
dealing.
Waddle.
Well, that's the thing. They're wheeling and dealing, trying to get as much as they can. The whole reason they're even relevant these days is because of the fact they've been able to gain as many assets as possible. They're one of the few franchises that has actually shown improvement in that respect. Obviously, it looks like they're going to have a miss potentially with Tua. We'll see. We'll know probably by week 4, I would say. And that's why the move was made to get someone that has rapport with him to try to right the ship. But again, they're in a very, very much a different set of do or die or type of setting as well.
Yeah, you know, the crazy part about it, they selected Waddle over Pitts. Well, you know, of course, Waddle, the dynamic wide receiver from Alabama, over Pitts, the dynamic tight end from Florida. Brother Rich, do you think that was costly for Miami?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And it's like Double J said, it's going to clear that they're going to miss. They've missed. And then the question becomes, what is the identity of that team? What have they been as of late?
Yeah, because Jarvis is no longer there.
Yes.
Xavier Howard, I believe, is trying to get out of there. You know what I mean?
Everybody's trying to leave. That's what we know about that location. For some reason, great location to live, but when it relates to sports franchise in terms of baseball and football, nobody wants to be there in terms of those franchises and how they're being run today. And so you wonder what's the climate down there? What's the atmosphere of that team? And what's the identity? So again, we know that they'll be there. They're only there that's a team that people are going into and feeling like if we just be on our game, we're going to get a win here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you now, people don't go to Miami to watch sports. All
Fact.
right. I mean,
You would know, huh?
you don't go. Yeah.
Luke.
I'll give you the button. I'll give you the button for that. Yeah. Yeah, you don't go to Miami or Florida, period. You know what I mean? For the sports. You really don't. Okay. So, I mean, ask the Tampa Bay Rays. Sorry. Yeah, ask the Tampa Bay Rays, you know, who've been in the playoffs the last 47,000 years, or at least it seems that way, and yet they can only get 10 people to show up. Meanwhile, let the Indians be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Standing room only. People going to be out like the Rucker. They're going to be standing on top of buildings just to catch a glimpse. Yeah, I'm just trying to say, man, it's so sad down there. But Double J, same thing to you. Could Waddle being selected over Pitts doom costly for the Dolphins?
Absolutely, because what good is that? I mean, look, he's an electric receiver. So, but the unfortunate side is the real motivation for why he was selected, where he was directly tied to the quarterback position itself. So if that were to change, it would not have, that's where he would be essentially not as valuable versus the tight end.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm with both of you all. Actually, I'm in agreement. I know that's shocking.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah, very shocking. I don't see where the Dolphins really have a chance. But I mean, this is the NFL. Crazy things have happened.
Wild card.
We'll see.
But I think somebody's going to leapfrog them, and we'll get to them in a moment. I'm sure.
Okay. All right, Brother Rich. The New England Patriots, that's funny. I didn't even get the question out. You know what? The New England Patriots uncharacteristically go on a free agent shopping spree. I mean, they spent darn near $160 million on 12 new veterans. Is this Bill Belichick being predictable?
This is Bill Belichick coming to a realization of, wait a minute. You don't just get Tom Brady's every day. Check the tape on this very same program.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll check the tape on that one.
When the question was asked,
yes, I'll give you that.
It's the talent, not the coach. The coach, yes, he draws up a good plan. But if I can't go out there and execute that, Michael Jordan had to buy into the triangle, and he was able to execute it. And Phil Jackson said,
but I'm the one that said that. I said it's a combination of both.
No, it's not a combination. We're saying it's primarily the talent. That if the talent has it, the talent gets it. The coach could have all the fanciful ideas in this. That's why they, unless they have the talent, Phil Jackson never won if he didn't have Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan.
Okay, but wait a minute. Wait. See, you using that as an example. I'm gonna use Kobe. I'm not saying it's not a fact, but I'm going to use that same example. I'm going to flip the coin. You know me, two sides to every coin. Yeah. Dale Harris had that same Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, and what happened?
But he didn't.
So it's a combination of both.
No. He did not have that same Phil Jackson and that same Kobe Bryant and Shaq. Here's why.
He didn't?
He did not. Here's the difference.
But he had Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal.
No, but he did not have the same players.
Shaquille played in the finals against Hakeem with Orlando. What you saying?
But here's what I'm saying.
Oh, come on.
Where's what we're talking about?
Did he have the same talent?
But let me make the point here.
Okay.
No, he didn't have the same talent. He had Kobe as a brand new player walking into the NBA locker room who had not even established himself, didn't even understand what kind of player he was going to be yet. Kobe needed polishing. He needed time to mature. Shaq had his successes in Orlando, and he was more of a seasoned player in terms of who he was, but he hadn't won anything, and he had not dedicated himself to the game. But he had all this tremendous talent, but he absolutely did need Phil. We're not saying he didn't need Phil.
Okay, so then what did Andy Reid win till he got Patrick Mahomes?
That's what we're telling you. But you're making our point by showing that, because when check the same program, check the tape, we all, myself and Double J, said that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl because of one Patrick Mahomes, not because of Andy Reid. But Andy Reid finally had talent. Oh.
Okay, but whoa. So what we saying? Andy Reid was not a good coach before Patrick Mahomes?
Whoa. We talked about this.
Go ahead. Deal with it. Double check.
That's what I'm saying. No, you can't deal with me. What are you talking about? Deal with me? All I'm saying to you is
it's
a combination of both. You need good coaching and you need talent, right? Remember? No? Oh, wow. This is unbelievable. This is unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen.
We're not saying that. No. Here's when you use the word combination, you would leave one to believe you're talking some nonsense about 50-50. And we're telling you absolutely non 50-50 because Phil had a bunch of talent in New York. He didn't win nothing. Is it? Andy Reid has had talent in
please.
Philadelphia.
Phil didn't have no
They
talent in
didn't
New
win
York, really,
anything.
but other than Carmelo.
He had Carmelo. And
That's
he had,
it.
That's
Nick
supposedly, that's what you need is the only role that
you
a
need
player,
more than Carmelo.
No, but of course, get people to buy into the triangle. And no, according to Phil, the role that Kobe and Michael played was and could have been filled by Carmelo. That's what Phil Jackson said. Don't take it from me. He was trying to put it on them. They never bought into it. They couldn't get it. They weren't smart enough basketball players to adapt to it. That's what happened in New York. Phil couldn't translate what was his Zen thing to those players to get them to do it. But he could get Kobe to do it, and he could get Michael to do it because they had the talent, they had the intellect, they had the natural gifts and ability to
So in other
see.
words, everybody got to bring something to the table in order for it to work.
But if you don't have the talent, you can bring the king's ransom to the table, and you can't buy the ugly pretty girl over there.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm not saying that. Okay, so then let me use my race car analogy. Is it the car or the driver? Or is it both?
The listeners thought you said your race card analogy. We were waiting for you to talk about.
No, I did. Absolutely. They didn't think that. They didn't think that. Okay, Double J, are you back with us, or are you running? Are you running scared? Y'all don't want none of this today, obviously. Oh, now you're back. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna ask you the same thing. The Patriots uncharacteristically go on a free agent spending spree. They spent all of this money. They acquired 12 new veterans, as I mentioned here to Brother Rich, who was indubitably terrible in his take. Is this Bill Belichick being predictable? I know you're going to be terrible in your take because you, of course, agree with him. Imagine that.
Really, this is where we've gotten. Now, here's the thing.
This is where we're happening.
Look, he has Mac Jones. They are going to leapfrog the Miami Dolphins this year.
Oh, that's not saying much.
There, I
just said the Dolphins is going to be terrible.
Look, this is a team that nearly knocked off the Buffalo Bills a year ago. They're nothing more than a safe bet, a safe pick because of what they can do offensively. Look, they're going to get figured out. No, I'm talking about the Bills.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why I'm not sold on them. But the Patriots, on the other hand, I think Mac Jones is going to take over for Cam Newton. I think they can get very creative offensively. And then on top of that, they now finally spent some money. Otherwise everybody was on minimum wage over there. With the exception of even Tom Brady was getting paid less than what he should have. And so
imagine that.
Yeah. And here we are, where they're actually going to be able to contend for something. Yet again, the whole old gang is back together. And, oh, by the way, they still play the Jets twice a year.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. And speaking of the Jets, Brother Rich, what do we make of them? At least I can say they helped themselves by drafting Mekhi Becton to protect Zach Wilson. But other than that, your favorite team, your stomping grounds, your old stomping grounds, when's the last time you've been to the Rucker, Brother Rich?
You know what? I was in New York about 3 weeks ago, and we didn't have we went through Harlem, but we didn't have time to go to that far in Harlem because we had to go back we came across from the Bronx, and so we were talking about that, but I have not been to the Rucker in probably about 9 years.
Yeah, I mean, because I hear the legend grows. They say,
it grows. It grows.
I'm saying your stints up at the Rucker.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't know what you're talking about that.
They say that triple single still stands.
Hey, you know what? That's like the legend of the Cowboys winning Super Bowl titles. That continues to grow. We hear that they got 50 and they ain't got one in 50 years. That continues to grow though.
Okay, but when they did get him, who was the head coach?
Yeah,
former Miami Hurricane Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. Yes. Well, hey, was they winning Super Bowls because they were talented or they was coked up?
They was winning Super Bowls because of Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what right, exactly. Yeah, so what are we to make of the Jets? Absolutely nothing. We can move on to the next division.
Next subject.
Okay, Double J, you doubling down on that? We can move on to the next subject. All right, here we go. And then last but not least, the NFC East, or should I say the NFC least? Of course, they have or consist of, oh boy, I can't believe I'm subject to myself to this. The Washington football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants and the New York Giants. The Dallas Cowboys, man. They got the Dallas Cowboys. My gosh. All right, so
You could say the name of the woman you love out loud, brother. We're not mad at you. Come on, everybody is allowed to love. You love what you love, man.
I thought this is all public knowledge at this point.
Fact.
Got you. Okay.
You lose.
Got you. The Washington football team has the overall toughest SOS, and that's strength of schedule, in the NFC least. What does that say to their chances, if anything, Double J, on winning said division this year?
They have Chase Young.
Wow. So you're not wow, really? That's it? That's not don't they have no.
You know,
do they have Riverboat Ron? Is he Ron Rivera still the coach? Yes,
sure.
No, maybe. Okay.
He
so
is. He absolutely
I'm asking.
is. He absolutely is.
It was a rhetorical question, really.
Were
we not giving Riverboat Ron credit here?
No, he's the coach.
It's not coaching. Oh, wow.
What are we for participating?
Yeah, he gets a participation trophy.
You know what it is for Rich? This is the toughest division in football. I know by all means.
Absolutely not.
And you know what it is? He's such a Cowboys fan. He's even willing to give props to the Cowboys, number one rival in the division, so he can make the Cowboys seem like they're a real contender. You know, the Cowboys I could have been a contender. That's who they are.
Okay. You know, I'll give you the button on that. That was pretty good, Brother Rich. And then I'll give you this one, too. Yeah, absolutely not. Oh, boy, I can't even. I don't even know. I don't know what I was thinking about when I even put together the show notes for this next one I'm about to ask. But I'm getting ready. I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. Is Ezekiel Elliott no longer the focal point of the Cowboys offense, Brother Rich? Since you're just chomping at the bit, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I don't even know. You know, the listeners. I want the listeners to pay attention, because here in evidence is in succession. Every subject, this man has managed to formulate two people and involve the franchise called the Dallas Cowboys or the Miami Hurricanes in each and every conversation. We are bombarded with this. I spend all my time. This is why I know so much about this. I have to spend all my time, listeners, studying the Cowboys and the Miami Hurricanes to be prepared for these shows. But to answer your question is about the Cowboys. And if it pertains to the Cowboys, my answer will remain the same. They're not going to win anything. They are the most overrated franchise in the history of sports. They're worthless like their owner. He just got a lot of money and a big mouth.
Oh,
They're
absolutely. My gosh.
Anything.
Oh, my gosh. You sound like Stephen A. right there, as in the A standing for absolutely not. Double J, is Ezekiel Elliott no longer the focal point of the Cowboys offense?
Seriously? Of course he's not.
Oh, okay. Well, who's the focal point then?
Here,
go ahead and say Old Cam Boyd.
No, of course it's the quarterback.
Facts.
Look what happened when he left last season. They went nowhere.
True that.
And so now, as long as Dak remains upright, folks like yourself and some, a couple other clueless saps believe they can reach the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh my God! since we all its and giggles today. So I don't like to assume, but I presume that you and Brother Rich are suggesting that if we take Ezekiel Elliott out of the backfield and put Dirk Nowitzki there, then that 1-2 combination will be a Super Bowl winning punch. Is that what we're saying here?
In your world, you probably agree with.
Oh, stop it!
Shocker! You picked someone that played in Dallas.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I hear you say something, Kristaps Porzingis? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah. Double J, we'll stay with you in this one. Should Skip Bayless, and then of course, Brother Richie, I'm gonna let you weigh in. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm such a glutton for punishment. Should Skip Bayless be given a pass on his comments about Coach McCarthy's girth? Do tell.
I don't think this could just be me here, but you won't catch me commenting on any man's girth
anyway,
anytime.
Okay,
So
got you.
I think that kind of summarizes that.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I bet not hear it. Brother Rich, should Skip Bayless
Here's what I don't understand about that. I don't know football coaches to be in people who are particularly in good shape. I mean, we lived through Bill Parcells. Is he in good shape? We're talking about, we just mentioned the coach of the Kansas. I'm not ridiculing these individuals, but we're talking about the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. Is he in the peak physical form? Art Shell wasn't in manifest health. I mean, this is not, the NFL is not known for having head coaches, because these are people who put in long hours studying a lot of film. They don't eat the best. They are not people who are given to the best appetite. That's just a fact. That's the fact.
Maybe the NFL got a little spoiled by Stefanski, Browns head coach.
Yes,
Stefanski, being a little svelte.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And winning coach of the year and all that good stuff. They're like, oh my, no, he's the poster child. For all of you all going forward, this is what you're going to look like. You know why? Because Uncle Sam wants you. Absolutely not. Brother Rich, on a serious note, will Jalen Hurts be the fall guy should the Eagles fall flat on their faces?
No,
season?
I think he's the future, and they're clear on that. I think he's absolutely the future, and that they're willing to say, look, we have to restart this position and invest in the future going forward. The question remains whether or not he will stay upright. You see, but whether or not he'll be given,
as is the case.
I think he has at least 2 or 3 seasons before they ultimately. Philly will give him at least 2 years. He's a quarterback. They'll give him 2 years before they
ship him out of there.
Yeah, before they ship him out.
At
least that fan base will at least give him 2 years.
Yeah, and try to play him like he's Jamarcus Russell.
Yes,
but I know better. He's reading his playbook. Double J.
Facts.
Will Jalen Hurts be the fall guy? Are you with us? Okay. Should the Eagles fall flat on their face?
Of course he's going to be the fall guy. But here's...
Oh, my. Wow. Oh, wow. You're not in agreement with Brother Rich? This is stunning. Do tell.
I'm in agreement that they're going to give him 2 years, just like Bro Rich pointed out. However, the lack of success,
wow. I'm shocked.
You know, you could take it a game-by-game approach against teams like Atlanta where he may light it up. But the fact of the matter is the division he's in, with the exception of, you know, what was it, 6 wins?
Yeah, I think so.
Got you a playoff spot. So, truthfully, the bar isn't actually set all of that high. They can have a decent year and it still be his fault. They're not.
Yeah,
they don't have the pieces to be a Super Bowl contender yet, and so because of that, you could point to that as well. But it would be a combination of the two, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a good point. Is the Giants' best chance at whatever? Let me first say, I'd be remiss if I did not put it out here right now. I was a staunch supporter of Daniel Jones. I see his play here lately, and I'm starting to wonder, did they mess up? Yeah, I mean, I just got to call it, you know. I got to call a fork a spoon, okay? I'm starting to wonder if they made spork, right. If they made a mistake with this guy, because they showed some footage of him the other day. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, he couldn't hit a bull in the backside. I saw flashes of Scott Zolak, to be honest with you. So I'm sorry, DJ. I got to get off the train on that one right there. That's where I get off at, because that one pass he threw to absolutely nobody, and they showed it from the backside, and I was like, dang. And he had time to throw it. So you had time to look at somebody, and then you still, oh, yeah, it wasn't bad. It was, it was bad, actually. So, again, the Giants go as Saquon goes. Is that what we're saying here, Double J? Yeah, okay,
Absolutely.
brother.
Without doubt. I mean, come on now. You just gave us what people suspected about Daniel Jones, and you're now saying it's coming to manifest reality. We're seeing this. This is reality. And you're talking about playing in New York. You got to have some thick skin to withstand that market.
Do.
And
yes, you do.
He's not going to get 2 years there. They're going to be on his doorstep tonight. Talking about the same throws you're talking about. Like, can this guy throw the football? And they're going to be vicious in their criticism. We know this.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with you on that. That New York media, boy, oh boy, they are wolves and sharks, blood, all those things, all the above, should I say. They do not play, whereas in some other cities, the media outlets, they give a pass. Oh, he didn't mean it. Ma'am, he set the
Not
school on
Cleveland.
fire. He set the school on fire. What are you talking about? He didn't mean it. Oh, he's just a troubled kid. And yeah, absolutely not. The New York media be like, burn him at the stake now. Okay. The New York Times, Washington Post, they might as well be in New York. All of them type of outlets on that East Coast. Yeah, they don't play. I mean, I see why you came Sunnyside, California, Brother Rich. Couldn't handle the smokes out there. I get you. And then last but not least, before we get out of here today, yeah, I want to ask, give me from the AFC East, Brother Rich, and of course Double J, but Brother Rich, give me your must-see matchup within the division, the AFC East.
The NFC.
I said the AFC East.
The AFC. Oh,
yeah,
AFC.
yeah. Come on, stop it. You try to throw that in there right quick. Absolutely.
Buffalo and anybody.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Oh,
Buffalo
wow.
and anybody. And
Wow.
here's because
way to straddle the fence.
Here's why. Because I ultimately believe that that's the team. Like I said to you in the earlier session, that's the team to beat. So that's ultimately who you have to go through, weather-wise, location-wise, division-wise.
Yeah.
You got to go through them to be able to show your mettle and prove your mettle in the AFC. So if you tell me that I believe that in the end, Buffalo is going to be there. You know who I believe. We haven't gotten to our thing yet, but you know who I believe as it relates to who's going to be there out of the AFC.
You can say it. Go ahead and say it. Because we talked about the AFC North already, so go ahead and say it.
Dog pound.
Oh, yeah.
We know what's happening. We riding with the pound. We going with the pound. But I don't want we're not like you. We don't want to use the platform to just talk about the pound all day. And because you already based us about the Cowboys and the Hurricanes. And we don't want
knocks.
My goodness. Yeah, my goodness. You okay over there? Just take a sip of water or something. You know what I'm saying? Wipe your brow. My goodness, you went in hard on that one. Can you give us your must-see matchup from the NFC East now? Yes, and I said the NFC East. Brother Rich?
Let's see. This is hard. This is hard.
Okay, yeah.
It's hard.
Whatever, man.
I don't even want to say the franchise name.
Okay, no, go ahead and say it. Go ahead. Okay, so you
Philadelphia and Dallas. I said it. You heard it. I struggled through, but I thought I got there.
Okay, you fought hard. Thank you very much. Yeah. Like Oliver North. Yeah, you just didn't recall, huh? Double J, what about you? Give me your must-see matchup from the AFC East.
AFC East, I'm going to go New England and Buffalo in Foxborough.
Okay, all right. And then your, of course, must-see matchup in the NFC East.
Will certainly be the... Gosh.
That's all right. Settle down. Take some Maalox if you need to. It's all good. We're here.
Man,
I should be playing that Jeopardy theme right now. Oh no! Come on, Aaron Rodgers. Right. Hit the button.
I'm gonna go the.
Hit the button.
They go.
You know, it's rough when you got to deal with the marketing of the Cowboys and confess that they're the most marketed team of nonsense ever in the history of football. And
you love marketing.
That.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, because you got a plaque on your wall and a degree in marketing. That's not nice to say anything bad about marketeers. Cut it out. And who are you saying? So that was a slick move you pulled right there, Brother Rich. You're going to try to get out from us so Double J can get out from up and give me his must-see matchup. So y'all like the Corsican brothers right now here. That's what we're doing here? Yeah, okay. All right. The Killer Bees, tag team. Okay, I got you. I'm Rey Mysterio, baby. And John Cena. You can't see me. My daughter got me doing that. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, what were you saying, Double J?
We're going to go with the Dallas Fighting Kettles and...
got you. And who?
And the Washington Ron Rivera's.
Try again. Well, I'll give my selections for both the NFC East, AFC East, and the entire NFL. I, for one, am taking the Browns. The Browns versus the field, baby. That's what Barbershop Jay is doing. And on that note, it's been fun. Yeah, and we got to run. We appreciate y'all for listening. Don't forget to join us right here on the Restream.
Somebody fell out just now.
Network.
You got to go send the ambulance to help them.
Okay, well, you need a defibrillator. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Or you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, vlogcast, as well as the shop's Facebook fan page, and, of course, our website, theshopreport.com. And if that don't work, Google it. Double J, you good over there? For my cat's brother Rich, Double J, and all those who listen, who follow and support us, we say thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. What do you want to say, man? And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.